learn and continue to find new things to help our patients get better. And that's what's going to continue to allow our passion to grow more and more. And that's where I'm at mentally, is growing that passion. And I think that you've done that really well, right? I think seeing, if you look back at it 3 years ago to who you are today, completely different. Agreed? Right?
Look at me.
Right? Right? And that's what we want you to see. That's the amazing part, right? So if you go out to a clinician or you go out to a professional and you don't see the glow that you see in his face and the joy in his face of working with you, you're in the wrong spot. Leave. Go somewhere else. Find someone, because there's always going to be someone looking out for you, right?
Yeah. You know, you brought up some really good points here. Is we're always trying to learn. We're always trying to grow. Always. I mean, for me, I always want to find inspiration. And the best way to find it is in other people who are doing things that you value. So, you know, like, not even that, even just from your clients. Like, I learned so much from just spending time with my clients. Like, they think that I'm giving them value. They have no idea how much value they're providing me.
Yeah.
And it's that symbiotic relationship that's like so beautiful, that can carry over to all aspects of your life, not just business, but, you know, personal growth and many different avenues. So you're so right, man. It's constantly trying to grow, constantly trying to gain new skills. And I mean, look, you just started your Swift podcast. Like,
I know, dude.
Could you imagine that years ago?
Yo, I'm telling you, no. So this has been a constant. So just like you had Levi, Dom Jackson, who was my first episode, started his podcast, and I was on his show, and I was like, this could be something I could do. I like talking to people. I'm not here dropping science facts. I'm really not here to sound like I'm really educated. I'm just here to have a conversation with friends and people that are in my life for that reason. And then the light bulb came off, and I was like, what else can I do for myself? So I've been developing, since I would say October, different plans, calendars, what I want to do, what topics I want to address, think of names. And just like when you were going through the transition of becoming an entrepreneur and a business name, and we know how long that can take, I was like, what do I call myself? What do I want to do? Tea time, coffee time. Like, it was awesome. But yeah, I agree with you, man. And I'm going to take a quote from you, and we talk about growth in the pandemic. And I think for me personally, this last year, I think it's what you made of it, right? I don't think this last year was a bad year for me. Yeah, it had bad moments within the year, right? I couldn't see my friends. I could do that. But I think the level of growth professionally and the level of growth mentally for me and physically is what I valued the most. And I think that self-love came into play. And that's the courage now of trying new things. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to launch in January. Even if I get 6 episodes, I don't care. I did it. And I caught up with 6 great friends that have now shared their values with whoever listened. And I might have 10 people listening, or I might have 3 people listening, but what you have taught someone today, they can value from. And I think that's the beauty of why I wanted to do it. I really wanted to do it just because I think my friends are great people, which we all do, but I think my friends all had such a different journey. We didn't just get handed where we are today. Like, you didn't go to San Diego and then boom, Move Smooth started and you became this, you know, like, no, you started in West Windsor. Then you went to Philly, then you went to San Diego, and here you are today. And I think the journey is what I truly respect about. And that's what I'm here for. I'm sharing people's journeys, and we're just having a conversation talking about the journeys. But I want to backtrack to one thing. So we both talk about, like, we're inspiring other people, we're trying to inspire, but not many people realize how much our clients and patients actually motivate us. And you're the first one to ever come on this show to mention that. And even I forget sometimes. And I truly respect that you realize that, because I think it's a very key point. I think the people we work with want to get better, but they also have lessons for you differently, right? They're in different professions, different careers, and how they communicate with you. Do you find that now working? So I know the culture is different in San Diego, but working with the people you're working with, the lessons they give you have helped you grow.
Sakib, I am so fortunate with the people that I get to work with. So being that I live in this town called Pacific Beach,
Okay.
and it's a total like low key surf town. There's a bit of a party culture here. A bunch of college students come in during the weekends and tear it up. Um, but right next door up the hill is La Jolla, and
Okay.
La Jolla is probably and I'm not just saying this because I'm biased. It's probably one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in the country,
Wow.
if not the world. So the value of real estate is extremely high, and there's a lot of very successful people who live there. And I've been fortunate enough to get to help these people. Um, and while I'm with them, man, like I will stay 30 minutes after just so I can talk to them and get like little nuggets of information from them.
Absolutely.
Like, these, I mean, and clearly they were very successful in their business, and some of them are surgeons, some of them are dentists, other are real estate developers who've hit the gold mine. So these people, yeah, like you said, have different professions, but have reached an elite level at their profession, and people want to help. I mean, I feel like that's like a natural drive within human nature, is like to give back, to be compassionate. So, these people are more than willing to share their stories and lessons they learned throughout their careers. And man, like I'll walk into a session, and sometimes, I might not have like the best energy and attitude, and I'll walk out there after getting to spend that time with them, and I'm flying, sky high. So yeah, it's true. Listen, being able to accept feedback and learn from people who've been there, done that has been a tremendous part of my growth as a person, but professionally as well.
That's funny that you mentioned the town and the people in the town. So, I was talking to a gentleman and one of the patients of mine, and he rolled up in this car, and I was like, "How'd you get that? I know what you do. How'd you get that?" And he goes, "I bought the cheapest house in the richest neighborhood." And I said, "All right, so how'd you get the car?" I'm still like, I'm trying to figure this out. And he goes, "When you surround yourself with people that are bigger, better, and stronger, or when you surround yourself that are people who are wealthier and have that you don't have, you're more motivated to get that." And I feel like that's the culture you've surrounded yourself with, is the higher up. Not saying they're the greatest and richest in the world, but they're motivated to help motivate you in what you want to do. And just like the gentleman you met in the sauna, that opened your eyes to a whole new avenue, and then there it is. So their energy is what you kind of clicked with, and then you excelled, man. You took it to the next level. And I see the gear. I love it. I need a shirt. I wear a medium. Um, and that's awesome. That's beautiful. And I think that's why you're doing what you're doing. And I think you're doing a great job overall. And I think you're going to continue to strive, and you're going to continue to do well. And that's going to kind of segue into the next topic I want to talk to you about. We talked about in this previous parts of, the risk, the journey, the grind, the hustle, and all that. And it kind of goes back into one of our favorite pieces of kettlebell, the equipment that you utilize in most of your videos, and that I utilize a lot more recently than in the past. And I think that's why you picked it. It makes sense to me now why you did the kettlebell. Because if you think about it, the kettlebell is versatile. The kettlebell is making us take risk and movement. It's making us do things we haven't done, but it's also free for all. It allows you to move better, and it gives you a better sense of joy, personally. And now if I relate your story to like where have you come from and what you're currently doing, now I know why you love it.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to make an analogy or something that's not there, but I feel like it makes sense to me.
you, you, you nailed it on the head. Once gyms closed down, I
Yeah.
was, and growing up, I was pretty athletic. I played football and lacrosse, um, and as a part of training with those sports, it was a lot of barbell. It was like squats, deadlifts, hang cleans, bench press, bent over row, whatever. And then like a lot of speed and agility, right? So I played more of like skilled positions where I had to have good footwork and so forth.
Yeah.
And that's sort of what I carried on through college and most of my time in San Diego. And then once the gyms closed down, it was like, okay, well, I still want to exercise. I want some means of resistance so I can continue to hypertrophy or at least stay like, strong.
Mhm.
And so yeah, I purchased my first kettlebell. I don't know, March, April, right when the pandemic hit. And what was what like you said, it's just you can do so much with this one piece of equipment. It took one bell to make my whole body burn. My heart rate elevated. I'm
Yeah.
sweating, and it just the creativity. So you're sort of limited with the movements you can make with a barbell on your back.
Yep.
With the kettlebell, you can rack it in so many different positions to change the stress on your body and manipulate your movements. And also beyond that, like you can't. It's hard to bring a barbell to a park, but I can just put my kettlebell in my trunk and take it on. Whether it's a weekend retreat with Gabby or like just down the street to a park. So it was super convenient for myself, but also bring it to clients' homes who are ready for some additional resistance. So yeah, I love the kettlebell. I love playing with it, and I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning how to use this
Yeah.
tool and explore different movements that my body had not been exposed to previously. So I'm a student of the bell, man, just like all of us.
Yeah, and just to piggyback off of that, I think that's when kettlebells for me have been a big thing. But I think I want to acknowledge I guess the most important piece of information Bees just shared with you guys. One piece of equipment for the most effective workout. So it's not about the glorious gym. It's not about having the most stuff. It's about the man behind the bell. It's about the man that how he coaches you or what he deals you with you. And then it's creativity. And I think the beauty of this one is we have to be creative. We have to think outside the box. We have to go different ways. And there's a lot of great resources out there on how to do it. But that does not mean you do it effectively and you do it well, right? It's the coaching aspect of it. I've seen a lot of your videos, a lot of your contents. Cues are on point. You check out his information with Move Smooth online and listen to the cues, listen to the pace, the tempo. And some of his stuff I copy and vice versa. I hope you copy some of my stuff because I try to be well, but we're all learning. But I think that the beauty of the lesson is the versatility of it. I love it for that reason. And I agree, dude. In one piece of equipment, one movement, I'm shocked. I recently trying to work with windmills and play along with that thing and add some rotational stuff. And it's hard. Well, it's the best way to put it, right? It's different transition, and I like how you say it, right? It's making you put and excel in certain movement patterns that we're not used to doing. So now, I know you're going home for PT for other people, and they don't have a lot of this stuff, so you're bringing it with them. Do you use it with every client that you walk in the door with, or do you
I do not.
segue it? Okay.
I do not. I have a pretty big, a very, very expansive mix of clients that I see. I see my oldest client's almost 90, and
Nice.
my youngest client is 14. And
Wow.
I see everything between, you know, uh, college football players, weekend warriors who run triathlons. And so I try to make it specific for their activity of choice. But I will say I've introduced probably like 75% of them to the kettlebell. So,
That's
I'll
awesome.
bring, yeah, I try to bring it around because I think the strength training component of wellness is so important for longevity, and just for your body to function optimally. You need that component of resistance, whether it's a kettlebell, a resistance band, a barbell, body weight, whatever it is. So I think, yeah, the strength aspect is crucial.
Dude, I love this. This is another lesson for all of you listening. Man, I'm just on fire with you. I had a jackpot where bringing Bijan. Like, this is just pure gold we're getting out. But strength component for optimal movement. Elaborate, Beach. Tell them what you mean by that, and tell them why it's important. I agree with you 110%, absolutely. But tell them from your words, because I heard my words last week. You tell me. Let's go.
Sure. So movement, right? So that's your body's ability to move in different planes of motion, get your joints through a full range of motion, and feel good while doing it, right? And your muscles have to be able to produce force. And in order to do that, they have to become stronger. So simply, yeah, adding whether it's your body weight, whether it's adding a small bit of a load, it's crucial. You need to have that strength component in order to move optimally and able to feel your best and function at whatever level it is you're trying to function at. So yes, strength training it's crucial. It's crucial for any age person with any type of fitness and health and wellness goal.
Absolutely. And I'm going to segue onto our break segment with that, leading it, saying he said it for you. At any age, any component, strength is key for that. And that's part of the reason why the S and Swift podcast exists. Strength, strong, get it going. With that, we're going to take a short break, and then Bijan will be right back with you guys. And we're back with Beach Matthews, owner of Mood Smooth PT out in Sunnyside, San Diego. And so far, if you aren't laughing or having fun with us, I don't know what you're listening to, but this has been a delight for me. And just like always, I'm going to have Beach take the floor with his 3 pieces of advice for you. Beach is in a crucial part of his life of starting his own business in a really great area. And he's put himself in a different side of positivity and all this. Like, I feel like I've just been happier this entire hour talking to him. So the energy that he's given you, and I'm going through virtually, is what I want him to share. So 3 tips on basically becoming Beach. There we go. I like that. All right, brother. All you.
So no one wants to be like me. But for me, number 1 is stay humble and stay inspired. When you start your own business, it's very scary, and there's definitely, you have to face stress and anxiety and learn how to deal with those stresses and the self-doubt. So I think that whole process and the feedback that I've gotten from my mentors and my advisors has helped me stay humble. And luckily in this beautiful area that I live in, I'm always inspired. Whether it's people running by, biking by me, the clients that I get to interact with, I'm constantly finding inspiration that helps me continue forward with my passion. So first is stay humble and stay inspired. Second piece of advice, treat every client like they're your first and only client. This was actually seriously.
I love it. I love it.
This is what one of my clients, who was an extremely successful surgeon, told me. He was kind enough to give me kind words about the type of service I was giving him, and to take the time to tell me, like, hey, you're doing a great job, and keep that drive, keep that energy, and keep treating every client like they're your first and only. And I will never forget that. And I try to take that with me into every new client's home, virtually, whatever it might be. And number 3, and for me, this, I won't say it's the most important one, but I always want to be having fun. I always want to be having fun. If I'm spending 12 hours a day working, it doesn't even feel like work, because I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I'm having fun doing it. And it's just natural. It's a total natural flow of energy and creativity. So always have fun in what you're doing. So those would be my three pieces of advice for anyone who's doing anything, really.
That's amazing. Number 2 is key. Number 1 is amazing, right? I agree with you. That's like, dude, they're all great. We talked about it earlier in this episode of his passion led to him to where he is today. And you can see the joy in his face. And we talked a lot. And with that, I'm going to take it into our closing statements and my final thoughts. As always, I don't know what to say coming from those 3 pieces of advice, but I will say one thing. When you look at his story, when you look at everything we've talked about in this last half hour, the biggest component that led him to where he is today is his passion. His passion brought him out to San Diego. His passion brought him out to helping people. His passion now reaching out to mentors. His passion made him realize that I want to be my own business owner and make sure I can do what I want to do for my patients, because his passion is allowing him to have fun. So, moral of the story for this episode is chase your passion, the rest will follow. The joy in his face, the glow in his face, the happiness, the positivity that he has doing what he loves to do, it's all going to follow if you chase your passion. And I think he did a great example of showing that through his journey and all the stories. It takes a lot of guts for people to come out here and talk about their personal life like that. So I appreciate you doing that for us, just to share some side of hope and inspiration. I think that biggest thing is be inspired. If you weren't inspired listening to this, there's something else going on here today. We'll talk separately. Reach out to us and we'll help you out. But I think I just got this urge of like, I'm about to go next door and work out or something. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I got to do something. I got to move better. I got to move smooth. That's what I got to do. And I thank you for that. I thank you for sharing your journey with me. And I mentioned it, I'm beyond thrilled for you, and I cannot wait to see where this adventure takes you next. So Beach, thank you for coming on today. I hope you had as much fun as I did, and we'll see Beach soon.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm grateful that we got to do this, and I'm really proud of you and what you're doing in your personal development and your business life, and you just keep it up, man, because you're a huge inspiration to a lot of people as well. And like I said, it's all symbiotic, right? So we all help each other out, and that's how the universe kind of plays itself out. So I look forward to the next time we get to hop on here together, man.
Absolutely. You guys will see Beach again real soon. And until next time, thank you and have a great night, folks.